All right, today we're going to go over a few players I think are worth reaching for in the first or second round of your fantasy football drafts this season. First, we got Milo Sanders. Milo Sanders was really getting worked into that Eagles offense in the latter half of the 2019 season, seeing 5 or more targets in each of the last 7 games and 12 or more touches in all but one of those games. The rookie back took some time to get worked into this Eagles lineup, but again, when he did, we seen the team show a lot of faith in this guy, and his workload is expected to expand more and more this season, as previously touted by the Eagles. Still, Sanders averaged 4.6 yards per carry on the ground, and as long as the Eagles are using a featured back this season, which all signs point to that happening, I know it's a scary thought when we're talking Eagles running backs here, but that appears to be what's happening this season. This guy has 1,000 yards on the ground, 700 yards through the air potential easily. I think that can potentially be this guy's floor and can easily slide in as a top 5 fantasy running back this season. The biggest concern here is we just heard him come off with an injury being week to week. Got to monitor that closely. As long as this guy can stay healthy, they'll love taking him early if you have to. Then we have Dalvin Cook. Now, Cook is currently listed as the 8th ranked player in Yahoo's fantasy rankings, which means he's going into first round already, which means how much farther can you reach from? Well, that's where, picking 4th, picking 3rd, picking 5th, picking 6th in the draft comes in here. Should you risk taking a guy like Dalvin Cook, or should you go with a safety play in Kamara or Zeke or Derrick Henry? The answer is simple. Dalvin Cook is 100% worth that risk. He played in 14 games last season, which was a career high for him. If there's one downside to Dalvin Cook, we all know it, and that is his injury problems he sustained over the last 3 seasons. But man, if that guy can stay healthy, that's the one major concern, is Dalvin Cook staying healthy. Because if he can, he has top 3 running back potential. Last season, he raked in 1,135 rush yards, 13 touchdowns, 519 receiving yards. He would have played a full 16 game slate last season. He was on pace for 1,300 rush yards, 600 receiving yards, 15 touchdowns, and he had a legitimate shot at hitting that 2,000 yards from scrimmage mark. Loving Dalvin Cook here. Then we're going to say DeAndre Hopkins. Now, Hopkins, he continues to slide down in drafts. I think he's ranked right around 18th, 19th, and 28th kind of range right now as far as rankings are concerned. And I get it. I mean, there's waning concerns for this guy after what was a disappointing fantasy season for a guy who was seen taken in the first round of many fantasy drafts last season. This season, he's heading over to Arizona in an offense where I expect Kyler Murray to really take control of things in his sophomore year. He had a great rookie season, and it's scary drafting a guy who's part of a whole new system. I understand that, but Nuke has time in and time again proven how QB proof he is, how dominant in this league he is. And if Bill O'Brien trading Nuke wasn't a good enough example of how Bill O'Brien felt about using this talented receiver in Houston, I don't know what is. I don't think that's happening in Arizona. I think Nuke finds himself right back in a top 3 fantasy wideouts picture once again this season, and they find a way to use this guy to his full potential, and it's a great season for Nuke. Love the idea of taking Nuke here in a second if you're picking, maybe get the 12th, 13th, 14th pick there. You want to reach a little bit for him. You're worried about it. Love the idea here for Nuke. Those are our 3 guys. Thank you guys for watching, and we will see you next time.